This poem is about arriving to a protest for Columbus Day that was organized by a lot of the First Nations people in Chicano community there with a friend of mine. And so it's about kind of our physical arrival, but also just thinking about arriving to an event like that or protest like that as a mixed race person and someone with mixed ancestry, and trying to figure out kind of what my place in all of that is, and for her as well. So this is called Columbus Day. When I arrive, it's night or almost night. A single small cloud hangs low over the prairie. The foxes are out again, silver in the grass. On our way into town, you pull over and point to the last place you saw your father, a bus stop. A Guatemalteca, he named you after his favorite American television reporter. His favorite place in Denver, an old movie theater called the Mayan. In this country, hunger for one thing often becomes a desire for another. I tell you, when she was 8, my great-grandmother was taken from her village and put into a boarding school. At night, she would run down to the river, undress her dolls in the light of the moon, and rub clay all over their bodies. Once a fish swam up her leg and became a child. That's a story I made up. Call me a priest, a medium, a tabloid. You know how it is. In a language of stolen tongues, anything I say might be true. I'm like the Arapahoes who told you, for now, our strategy is to let them think that they are winning. I'm in touch with the past in an attempt to get ahead of the past. Sometimes I get a ghost in my ear. Sometimes the day ends without ceremony or crows. Poem for my grandfather. You left me a name I could use on men I want to take home at night. A name of raw honey. To say it, to hear another say it, gives me the feeling of magnets pulled apart inside my chest. You left a secret. I use it as a line or a mule, as the raft I've made from a stranger's back to cross over, mojado. Call me your love. From absence comes a kind of wing. In absence, the light expands. We waited near the hollow rush of the highway, folding blades of grass in the shadows, wondering what we'd call each other tomorrow, which names we'd need. Then the foxes came, emerging from the gutters to hunt in the green dusk. We didn't see them. We listened, but heard only the low echo of cars. Without saying it, we made our subtractions. Without a sound, small things were being killed. And this poem is called Spring, and I wrote it during the Tahrir Square protests in 2011. And even though the situation in Egypt is really complicated at the moment, I think just that, I think it's important to still kind of celebrate that, that moment of rebellion and, and what that meant at the time. I can't describe it. A comb of honey held up to the light, the lovely shrug of an orange breaking from its rind, capacious cells unfolding a million capillary thoughts, ambulating towards a single artery, a flood, a gush, the tingle of every sensory pleasure returning all at once, the faculties we thought we lost but hadn't, the physical delight of bodies, these bodies, gathering enormous, moving as a single hand, a cloud of pigeons spiraling upward on the wind, the curl of black hair thick upon this olive skin, this handsome face chanting, "This day belongs to everyone," mothers, students, actors, doctors, maids. And we have never seen the streets so clean, so orderly, within these countless throngs of feet and skirts and flags. And we have never been so bold. We are what is no longer a silence. We are a swarming satellite of bees, refusing to go back behind the sun. Thanks, everyone.